Hi friends, I'm Les Mood, your host. Welcome to the Destination for Innovation series brought to you by the City of Bakersfield and GreenTech Network. Today we have a special guest, Raji Brar. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Les. Happy to be here.
So Raji, could you share a little bit about yourself and maybe something the community or the world doesn't know about you?
Okay, well, I'm Raji Brar. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Countryside Market and Restaurants. We're family owned, been in Kern County for 30 years. We have Shell gas stations. We also run a bunch of different food franchises, Subway, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut. We also have a construction company, which my brother Rick is in charge of. We do retail centers, and we've been developing here for a very long time. And something nobody knows about us, I think the fact that we're just a homegrown family business.
Yeah, really amazing how many businesses you operate and the impact you make on the community. Where would you say that journey began for you?
Well, for me, I have to go back to my father, right? We're first generation immigrants from Punjab. My dad came here like all Americans do in search of their American dream. And, he had that entrepreneurial spirit. And, grew up in Fresno and farm working community, and he decided he wanted something big and different, and Bakersfield was where he wanted to go. And I think he made the right choice. So he came here and eventually got into real estate and invested in his first gas station, and here we are 30 years later employing over 500, 600 people in Kern County.
It's really great. Now, on a daily basis, what would you say, what does your day look like and what is your role?
Well, I'm the Chief Operations Officer, so that means all operations is what I deal with. I deal with things from as today, as you walked in, you saw that we had pumps that were down, to our orders didn't come in, McLean delivery did not show up for Taco Bell, but mostly my day deals with dealing with my managers and our district managers for each brand. And that's what my days look like. And they can be hectic. I will say they're never slow, but we're always have something new going on each of our days.
Yeah, speaking of hectic and all the things that you've seen and all the things you do, could you share some struggles and maybe some triumphs associated with those that the community could learn from?
Well, I think here in Kern County, what I really enjoy about Kern County, everybody here is very proud of working hard. They're very proud of having a hard work ethic and getting their hands dirty. So I would say even though we've grown so much, we're in our stores every single day. We are with our people every single day. At the end of the day, our customers are why we exist. So being in operations, I have to make sure that my customers can see me and my team sees me. And I think that is such a beautiful thing about what we get to do on a daily basis. Our customers are our friends, our neighbors, people we've grown up with, their children, and that is what keeps us going here in Kern County. Is just our community, and that has been so special and so wonderful. So it doesn't feel like work. It feels like we're just a part of the community, and whatever problems arise, because there's always something that breaks or breaks down, we deal with it. But I would tell the community, if anyone's paying attention, and we talk about this a lot, send your children into the trades. Plumbing, electrical, they're like on my call list. Every day I'm talking to a plumber or electrician, so those are some great trades. That's a secret everybody should know about.
Absolutely. Well, this week we're running an episode with GreenTech and with Brian Miller, and we've spoken with Angel, and we'll be speaking with more, and totally agree. Really amazing resources out there for people to take advantage of in our community. Speaking of, our community, do you have any advice that you would like to share?
I think when it comes to business in our community, I would say definitely number one thing I tell folks when they're starting a new business, get involved with your chambers. We have the Greater Bakersfield Chamber of Commerce. We have the Kern County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. There's so many resources out there for folks that are brand new and beginning a business journey. There's so many things that you are not going to learn at school about being a business owner, such as how to file your state taxes, how to set your tax rate when the county increases it or the city increases your tax rate. That kind of information is just amazing to learn from your chambers of commerce. And I would suggest everybody start there. I think that's a great resource. So is the Small Business Center at CSUB. Tons of information, and that way you're not starting your journey on your own. But there's so many things as a business owner you learn on your own, and it is not taught in school. And I would say definitely reach out, because there's so many resources in the community. I would even say reach out to the City of Bakersfield to help direct you which way to go.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And there really are a lot of resources. This next part of the interview is more of a thought experiment. There's a lot of roadblocks. There's a lot of things that may hold us back from where we would like to go, but we're going to cast those aside and imagine the possibilities. Are you ready?
Okay, let's go.
So first question is, what is some low-hanging fruit that people can bite into to make the world or community a better place?
I would say join a community board or a nonprofit. If you want to make your community a better place, get involved. Whether it's local boys and girls club, your children's school, I would say that's definitely low-hanging fruit. And that's where you're going to meet folks who are there to serve and help. And when you get involved with those kind of people, like-minded folks that are into serving their community, you're going to find a lot of different opportunities and a lot of different doors opening. So off the bat, get involved in community organizations, nonprofits, then join a board, join a committee. I would say that is the most important thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're a great example of that. You have so many things that you're involved in. It's very impressive and inspiring. On a bigger level, in terms of larger challenges or maybe opportunities, what are some areas, some of those bigger challenges and opportunities that you think we should not ignore, that we should bite into?
Well, I think when I look at the county and the challenge that we're facing, obviously we're an ag oil county, and that's our lifeblood. I think everybody here is very aware of the challenges coming to us from the state as far as regulations are concerned. I myself am a business owner who sells gas, and now we're talking electric vehicles. So I would really encourage everyone in the county, from our city, our state elected officials, our representatives, to make sure Kern County is in the dialogue that's being happened at the state level. Our family, we're already looking to the future about what we're going to do in investing. And now our stations are getting EV chargers. We're looking farther ahead. Are we going to really continue investing in gas stations? The answer is no. So I think we have to, as a county, I know there's a lot of work already being done, but we have to be more aggressive about that work, because we got to make sure that our community has the opportunities, the jobs of the future, new EV technology, solar. We have to have those coming to Kern County. The other day I saw in Tracy, they opened a CO2 capturing facility. I was so disappointed that it wasn't in Kern County. It should be in Kern County. And I think that is important for our state officials to understand. This is the county that's taking the biggest hit with all the regulations that are coming out. So this should be the county that gets the biggest influence for when it comes to carbon capture, when it comes to EV. Those projects should be slated for this county. So I think that's really important. I think folks have to educate themselves about what's happening. They have to stay on top of water and water law and what's happening there. But you have to advocate for yourself. You have to get involved. Start at the city. If you have questions, start with the Bakersfield city, start with the county. If you are a farmer in ag, go to your farm bureau. If you're a retailer, reach out to your industries that advocate for you at Sacramento. I would say that's one thing that I've learned as a business owner. You were alluding to that, been involved in the community a lot, absolutely. But when you are a business owner, it is impossible to be successful if you are not involved with the state and city governments, because they regulate you. It's a part of your business. And that's something that you do not learn in school. You learn after the fact, after a few bumps and bruises, when things don't go right or you need help. And I think that's what people have to really understand. The government is for the people, by the people. You need to be involved, even if you're a business owner. It's absolutely crucial.
Speaking of the future and innovation, things happening, what role do you see community in playing into making those things happen?
Well, I think it's, I don't know how you even differentiate community and business. It goes together, right? The businesses exist because of the community. So I think it's so important for community folks and business folks to work together with any new thing that we're dealing. We were both talking about our love for Bakersfield. I love this community. I love coming home to Bakersfield. I want my children one day to say, yeah, Mom, I want to live in Bakersfield. Not Orange County, Bakersfield. That's my hope. But I think, why not? And I think that's so important for community folks to realize this is your community. You have a say in what's happening. Get involved. Go speak at your city council meetings. Go speak at your Board of Soups meetings. Get involved with your chambers. Get involved with your children's school. And you'll hear the same themes that are coming and we are dealing with here. Economic themes that involve safety and security. I think that is so important for our community to understand, that you can't wait for somebody else to come do it. you need to get involved yourself and be involved in the process.
And I would definitely emphasize, I agree, definitely. We love Bakersfield and have got the button on. And I would emphasize that there is a lot of belonging, and that's one of the unique aspects of the community is a sense of belonging. And I think getting involved is very easy to do here. So I think that's great advice.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So in terms of your journey, when you're looking back on your legacy, what would you like to see happen or accomplished as a result of your work?
Well, my hope is that more young people, more women of color, more communities of color get involved. I mentioned before I'm a first generation Sikh American Punjabi woman. And I had joked with you growing up, there wasn't very many Punjabi kids in school with my brother and I, but now there's a huge community, which I love seeing. My hope is that for me growing up, I never saw anybody who looked like me in any position of power or actually anywhere. My hope is now that the younger folks, it's hard to be what you can't see. So my hope is that somebody looking or watching thinking, you know what, I never thought about that. Maybe I don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer. Maybe I will go into business. You know what, maybe I will go into politics. Or you know what, I might join that board. Or you know what, I am going to do something different. So that's my hope, is that when folks see different paths you can take in life and you have someone who's done it, it kind of opens up opportunities for you. That's my hope. And I hope that folks understand that community service isn't for somebody else, it's for you. And I think that comes with time. I think even for me growing up, first gen, didn't know really what to do and realized, well, I can get involved. And then all of a sudden now my children see that their mom's involved, or my cousin's children see, and everybody sees that this is just a part of something that we can all do. So I hope that's something of legacy. I feel a little too young to talk about legacy, but hey, it's life, it goes fast, but that's my hope.
Yeah, and you're on the way, you're working there, and you're accomplishing a lot of that, I believe, as well. Speaking of, inclusivity and opportunity, do you think it's possible to have an inclusive, energy transition, transformation? Some people call it an evolution. Do you think it's possible to be just and equitable, as some might call it, or inclusive? And if so, how?
I think you have to be. There's no way around it. This energy transition that's happening, there's so many different layers to it, so many different levels to it. You have to have, if you look at it at the business perspective, like I was talking about Kern County compared to other counties in the state, we have to make sure that it's equitable. And I think when I talked earlier about Kern County is the one who's going to get the most, you could say, a negative impact because of these regulations. Our economy is going to take a hit. So I think you have to be equitable and understand, well, this community needs this new evolution to happen here first, to offset what's happening. I think there's that level of equitable information you're talking about. But then at the same time, moving on to our workforce, how do we make it equitable for the workforce here? So I think those are things that we have to be involved in the dialogue. I know our city and state officials have been having those conversations statewide, but I think it's more important that we continue pushing that for Kern County. There's going to be a lot of different things happening, and you're part of that system. You understand how fast evolution is occurring. I do see a lot of push for DEI work, but I think we have to be very mindful when it comes to the business community to make sure that continues to happen.
So, you were at the California Forward event last year, and you may have heard the words, if it can happen in Bakersfield, or if it can happen in Bakersfield, it can happen anywhere. If it can't happen in Bakersfield, it can't happen anywhere. Those were some of the words that went around. But I'm curious, from your perspective, what is it about Bakersfield, or what makes it the destination for innovation for companies that may want to move here, industries that may want to develop here?
Well, first of all, look at our land, look at the county of Kern, look at the innovation happening in Ridgecrest, look at the innovation happening at a carbon capture facilities, Lorelei Oviatt. She is a genius when it comes to work involving new energy and new technology. So I think that is when you talk about Bakersfield, we're ready, we're primed and ready. We have a lot of the energy companies already here who've been here, who've committed to transitioning and who've committed to doing the work. And that is important for the rest of the state to understand about Kern County. And we have the workforce, we have people ready to go. So I think that is what we have to make sure that the state understands. And Kern County is the home of innovators. It has been for generations. Earlier I was talking about people here take pride in saying they work with their hands, they get their hands dirty. That's what it's about. So I think when you're ever dealing with anything that's new or technology that's arising, you got to have folks that have that in them, the grit, the resolution to, be in this new arena. So I think that is what Kern County has that other people, other counties, and I'm biased, might not have.
Yeah, I'd say you and I are biased, but I think you're right. I think absolutely we have so much going for us, and want to thank you for your time to share some of those stories with us and your journey with us. So thank you for taking the time to be with us.
Absolutely, thank you. I'm grateful to be here.
And that's it for the Destination for Innovation. Be sure to connect, collaborate, and create with Raji, and we will see you soon.